Good afternoon, everybody. It's Maria Quattrone with Remax at Home and Be the Solution. Today is Friday, May 29th. Gosh, can't believe it's May 29th already. I'm excited to introduce my guest, Qamara Edwards, who is the business director for Sojourn Philly, which is a hospitality company, and they have many restaurants here in Philadelphia. Rex 1516, Cafe Ynez, Wine Bar. And so today, Qamara is going to talk to us about what's going on in the restaurant industry and how they're being the solution. And I'm so excited to have her on their show today. So welcome, Qamara.
Thank you for having me, Maria. Thank you for reaching out. We appreciate the opportunity to talk about restaurants. It's what we do.
So tell us a little bit about the company.
So Sojourn Philly is a restaurant group, hospitality, as you mentioned, and we own 3 restaurants in the city. That Wine Bar was the first in 2010. Tapas, wine from across the world. It's amazing. We try to transport guests to various destinations without leaving Philadelphia through a wine experience. Then we also have Rex 1516, which started in 2012, which is a Southern restaurant, more of a broad-based Southern restaurant from all the way from Maryland down to New Orleans. Very, very good cuisine that spans kind of that region. And then we opened Cafe Ynez in 2014, which is a Mexican BYO cafe diner restaurant. All of the chefs are directly from Mexico City, so amazingly authentic food. And then we are in the process of expanding, but we also, prior to the pandemic, did events, catering, community events, private events. So hopefully at some point in the next 12 to 18 months, we'll get back there.
So how are the restaurants doing?
So we have the word on the street is pivot. So we have pivoted to doing more takeout and delivery. What has sustained us, especially through Cafe Ynez and now Rex, are the hospital delivery orders. We've been really, our owner, Jill Weber, has been at the forefront of making sure that we are an active participant in getting hospital deliveries to as many hospitals across the city as we can. But we're doing, Jet has changed into almost a complete bottle shop. We're in the process of trying to do some online wine tasting soon and get those virtual events up and running, if you will. And yeah, takeout delivery. Rex is excited to start doing the to-go cocktail program. We've got our classic cocktails available to go, working on getting that program ramped up. So we're doing all the things that restaurants that are trying to survive do. We have partnered with our third-party delivery programs to make sure that we are getting food as far reaching points in the city as we possibly can get. I should also say that part of my volunteer role is as president of the local Pennsylvania Restaurant and Lodging Association Philadelphia chapter. So just working with other restaurants and making sure that we are working together to make sure that we have a thriving restaurant community when we come out of this.
Yeah, it's really scary because the restaurants in our city are what make up a big part of the fabric of our city.
Absolutely.
100%. I mean, I ride my bike. We do river to river. Just getting back into getting on like a longer bike ride than that. That's probably like 6 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And we go through, and I can't wait for everything to, I don't want to say get back to normal, but for everything to really open up. But with the so Rex 1516 with the takeout drinks, have you started that yet, or is it?
Yes, we have. Governor Wolf signed the bill for to-go cocktails to become available for restaurants that have existing liquor licenses and whose revenues have dipped at least 25%. So we started our to-go cocktail program about a week and a half ago, whenever, I don't remember the exact date that he signed the bill, but we started the moment it went live. And so we've been doing that. It's been going pretty well. One of the things that we're excited for is actually outdoor dining. We're hoping to get a plan in place within the next couple of weeks to institute some outdoor dining. It's probably not going to be a ton of tables, but if we can get 5 or 6 tables and people can still enjoy the Rex experience, that's our goal. Especially while we still have some nice warm weather months ahead of us. Try to maximize that opportunity as well as possible.
Yeah. Well, people like to dine outdoors, right? At least do you think they'll shut down any of the streets for outdoor dining?
So they are approving everything on a neighborhood by neighborhood basis. And so each neighborhood has been asked to come up with their own plan for whether they want streets to be closed or not. I think that we are going to ask for parking to at least be removed. We're not really sure how that's going to go over with the residents and the other businesses, but we're hoping to institute some dining room tables in parking spaces to help with the outdoor dining. That's the goal. Obviously, our first priority is safety of residents and safety of our staff. We want to make sure that we have a strong safety policy and procedure in place in order to do any kind of dining outside, making sure that tables are socially distant, making sure that we have sanitation procedures in place, making sure that we have disposables in place so that folks are not spreading the disease. What we've learned is that the virus does not spread as quickly outdoors as it does indoors because there's obviously more ventilation outside. And so the goal is to get some outdoor dining, knowing that that is a safer procedure than indoor dining. Unfortunately, we don't see indoor dining coming back anytime soon.
No.
I'd say it's at least a couple months away.
Yeah. It's tough. Yeah. It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow. It's hard because, restaurants, as you said, we are the fabric of most cities. We are the first source of entertainment because it's not just about nutrition and food, it's about the experience. And it's hard to think about, yes, we want people back to work. Yes, we want to bring those experiences back, but we want to keep everybody safe. We want to make sure that everybody is in an environment where they feel comfortable coming to work and you feel comfortable eating outside and knowing that we are not going to be transmitting germs and spreading viruses. So it's a very, very tough solution and a hard solution to come up with. Because not only are we mitigating the safety of our staff, but we're mitigating, the safety and the psychological effects. I know that there's going to be some people that are going to be ready to go outside and ready to eat and ready to drink. And there's going to be some guests that are not going to feel comfortable coming back to restaurants right away.
Yeah. It's really divided too, how people are experiencing this and what everybody is handling things in a different way.
Exactly.
And I think, Qamara, like being okay with that, like whatever that is, that other person, somebody's take on it is this, someone else's is this, but okay, that's fine. Being respectful of what people are going through. And we could think like, oh, why would he be afraid? But it's all, it could be compromised immune system or psychological or a series of things.
Right.
And some people are, there are a lot of people that are ready to kind of get back at, for sure.
Right. And it's a matter of conveying to the public and to our guests that we are going to be responsible. We are going to be safe. We're not just going to go into this blindly, haphazardly. We're going to come up with a strong plan to make sure that everybody's enjoying themselves, but also remaining safe.
Yeah. So your perspective is you don't see the inside dining coming back till like September or?
I think earliest would be the fall. I think September, October. But I think part of the situation is that no one really knows the game plan or the timeline. We're all kind of.
So it's so crazy because I have friends that live all over the country. And Florida, the restaurants are all open. Ohio, restaurants. There's a lot of places where things have already reopened.
Correct.
And people are able to go to bars and restaurants, of course, with the social distancing. So I'm anxious to see for our city.
Right. I
How,
think that the city has actually been very responsible about it because the places that have reopened already have proven that they weren't ready because there's been spikes in the cases in the cities that have reopened.
mm,
That our state has been correctly conservative about the timeline to reopen. I know that people are over it and ready to go and ready to get out, but I think no one wants to see a second wave happen and no one wants to see a spike happen. So I think that the timeline that our leadership in the state of Pennsylvania has worked with has been appropriate.
yeah.
I know it's hard to balance ready to come out and ready to go back to work and are we being safe and doing this responsibly?
Yeah. Well, and in our field, real estate was non-essential up until 8 days ago.
Right.
And we were the only place in North America where real estate was non-essential. Michigan opened in the beginning of May, as well as I think it was Colorado. But everywhere else was open the entire time.
Right. Well, we're also one of the only states that closed our liquor stores. Like no one else closed their liquor stores. So,
No, but I did hear that liquor store sales were up 600%.
once they finally reopened, I think once they finally
I think that might be like a national thing, but it kind of like makes sense, right? If you can't go to a bar and drink,
right,
and you're not going to a restaurant and drinking, like you got to get the booze from somewhere.
right. I think it was very smart to allow restaurants to do the to-go cocktail program. I think that was huge.
I love it.
Yeah.
You think that'll stay around?
Say that one more time.
Do you think that will stay around?
No, that will actually, it's due to expire when the pandemic ends.
I see. So we're not going to be New Orleans.
No. You're not going to be able to just walk around with your to-go cocktail.
I love it, though. I think it's a great idea. That's one of the things. Have you been to New Orleans?
No, I have not.
So it was really amazing because if you were there and you're having dinner and you're done or brunch or whatever, and you didn't finish your drink, but you were ready to go, they give you the to-go cup.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
Yeah. No,
it's kind of cool.
No, it's a good concept. I think it's interesting when the state has a monopoly on liquor, and our state has a monopoly on liquor, and so it's interesting. That's about as nicely as I can put it.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. So I want to know what kind of drinks Rex 1516 has because I'm going to go over there.
So Rex 1516 on the menu tomorrow. Now, yeah, it has an ancho margarita. We have a whiskey sour. Hold on, I'm going to pull up the full list. I know those two. But I did just look the other day, so I feel bad that I don't have them memorized off the top of my head.
Oh, well, there's a lot going on. You can't know everything.
I can try, though. I can try really, really hard.
I know. We all try. I do love the burgers there, I have to tell you.
The burgers available on the takeout menu. So we also have the Deep South. We have a Hurricane. That's the one I knew.
That makes sense.
And we have a Sage Gimlet available.
Sage?
Sage Gimlet.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah. These are all created by our beverage manager, Alex Tack. So he gets full credit for coming and put some creative cocktails to go.
So I'll be on my bike.
Yeah.
And I will be getting a cocktail.
We actually we've been talking about some really cool containers to put them in, sealed containers. So look out for some cool designs on some really fun and funky containers to take them out in.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So what about the wine bar? You said they're doing bottle takeout?
Correct. So that is actually, I think this came out in 2018 that I don't know if as many people know about it as they actually is part of the new Act 29 that allowed beer and wine to be sold in stores. They also allow bars and restaurants to apply for a wine extension permit, which means you could sell bottles of wine to go. Our to-go wine program has been in effect since 2018. It's been actually pretty popular. Obviously, with the coronavirus, it's been more popular because we've had to convert into a full bottle shop. But I mean, we probably have 80 different bottles of wine available to sell. We have boxed wine, canned wines, bottles with sangria from all over the world. Anything that you could possibly want, we probably have it.
Now, can you find that online or?
Yes, the wine bottle shop is online. It's on jetwinebar.com's website.
Yeah, I know that some restaurants were selling it before, but now I guess because of this, they're actually, some of the other ones are actually using that, which they didn't use it before.
Yeah, the PLCB did expedite the permit for bars that didn't have it before to sell wine. So Clyde, they approved it almost immediately to let you generate some revenue that way.
So what about the outdoor cafe there?
So the wine garden is in process of getting kind of a facelift, if you will. We actually have a meeting later today to discuss opening it. Just trying to get some clarification from the city on the guidelines to make sure that we are able to open appropriately. I know that when Governor Wolf signed the bill to allow outdoor dining, Mayor Kinney promptly came out and said, pump the brakes, everybody, slow your roll. You know, there are some guidelines coming. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people roll out tables and chairs on June 5th without waiting for those guidelines to be published. But the city wants to make sure, again, that business owners are being responsible of how they complete their outdoor dining.
Yeah, I think that people are generally responsible people. Right?
I'm hoping. I'm really, really hoping. But we're excited. I mean, obviously, we'll have the wine garden open as soon as we can. We're very, very much looking forward to that being a place that people can come and enjoy and socially distance, but grab a cocktail and grab some burgers and grab some great food and hang out and enjoy being outside and forgetting for a few moments the rest of the worries of this world.
We'll be there.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm good with going out, so I'm definitely ready to kind of. This is like a long time to stay in.
Right. And what's nice about the garden is that it's a big enough space that we can space the tables out so that people won't have to feel like there'll be enough social distancing and spacing going on, which is nice.
Is Jet Wine Bar making any food right now? Like there's amazing potato chips?
So unfortunately, Jet has not done any food at the moment, but when the garden opens, we'll have a full food menu for the garden.
If people don't know about these potato chips, you're missing out. Like we would go there of course we could drink and wine, but
sure.
Go get those potato chips.
The potato chips were very good. They were very, very good.
They're really good. And my favorite thing on the menu at Cafe Ynez is I love that rotisserie chicken. I think that is amazing and it's a great value.
Yep.
For like $20, you get that and a couple sides.
Chicken and 3 sides for $20.
It's unbelievable value. Like, and the chicken is banging.
Yeah. I actually just brought one home last week. I had one. We had my boyfriend and I shared a chicken and 3 sides, and the vegetables are amazing. I'm sure.
Yeah, I love the broccoli rabe that they make there, and the corn, the queso corn. And my husband always gets that steak burrito.
Everyone loves the steak burrito. That's probably our most popular item is the steak burrito.
And he gets it grande, so he gets the salad. And we've been ordering from Cafe Ynez for a while. We always just do like way before this. Yeah. And of course, I love the guacamole.
Yeah, the guacamole is amazing. What's been nice is that one of the few silver linings this is that it has forced us to create our online menus and ramp those up so anybody can place it to go order online for Jet bottles of wine, for Cafe Ynez food, for Rex food. You can pre-order the cocktails online and then pick them up in person. Obviously, we have to ID, everyone be 21. But it's been nice to see the online menus really ramping up and helping to generate some revenue. And just public thanks to everyone. One of the things that's been helping is when people purchase gift cards. I think now that it's we've been in this for 2 months now, I guess, yeah, 2.5 months now. People have kind of forgotten about the gift card program. I think when we started the pandemic, people were ramping up gift cards, but the gift cards help. I mean, they definitely help. And obviously, we will be here when this is over. Like, we will still be here. We will be up and running. So you can use your gift cards. You're not wasting your dollars on the gift cards. You'll be able to redeem them. So just a thanks to everybody that's bought gift cards, and a thanks to future purchases of gift cards. That's really a big, big help.
That's a good thing to mention, because I agree. I think in the beginning you were seeing like across the board people buying, consumers buying a lot of gift cards, and people probably may have forgot a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's good to get the word out about that. What do you see for our city in restaurants, and do you think that a lot of them will survive this?
Unfortunately, I think a lot of the smaller restaurants are probably not going to survive this, which is a frightening and terrible thing to say. I think that we've already experienced a couple of really great restaurants that have already closed and have said they're not going to reopen. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but it's unfortunate that as a country, we weren't more prepared for this, and we had to go to extreme measures of shutting things down. And I do think that the city, there will always be restaurants. There will be people, because of restaurant shuttering, there will be people that will try to open restaurants for the first time, that will be able to get an investment on a shell of a restaurant and be able to invest some money and open new restaurants. So when we are coming out of this, there will be new restaurants and there will be different restaurants. I think that you will see more cloud kitchens and more commissary kitchens where people will be strictly doing just takeout and delivery. A cloud kitchen or a commissary kitchen allows people to share a kitchen and focus on just takeout or delivery without having a dining room.
So are they the same thing? A cloud, I know what a commissary is. A cloud the same as that?
Yeah, it's similar. A cloud kitchen is a shared space among chefs where they have a storefront, but it's a virtual storefront. So you would order from Grubhub, from Bob's Burgers, and it would come out of the kitchen that you would see or know.
Huh.
Yeah.
How do you find out? Where do you find that at?
Well, you wouldn't necessarily find it because you're not going to be able to walk up to it. You're not going to be able to eat inside of it. You're going to strictly just order it online.
Right. So is it just like online ads? I mean, like, is there a spot that you go to find?
Yeah. Well, I think that you'll see more commercials for it. I think you'll see more for it. I think that there are quite a few that are already in existence outside of Philadelphia that we don't, because I don't think they're prevalent in Philadelphia yet, but I think it's coming.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting concept.
Especially as people are not ready to go back out to actual restaurants, delivery and takeout is going to continue to increase.
Yeah. Do you think that more people will start to have dinner parties at their houses, like, our parents did back in like the 70s and all?
I do think people are going to have more dinner parties at home. I think that people are going to want to have more private chefs coming into their home and doing more personal cooking that way.
Mm-hmm.
So doing more private. I think that you're going to see a lot of virtual cooking classes online. I think there already have been a ton, but I think that you're going to find more chefs doing subscription models on cooking classes and private dinner classes, and a lot of videos, more virtual. I think that's coming.
I've done a couple wine tastings online through our club, the Union League.
Yep.
We have it's called Grand Cru. It's a club within the club.
Yep.
And so they picked a restaurant that they partnered with outside of the Union League.
Yep.
And they gave us like a link that linked us to some wine store, different stores or vineyards. Mm-hmm. We purchased it. They shipped it. You can have the food delivered or pick it up. And then it was on Zoom. the winemaker was on,
Yep.
the chef was on, and then
Yep.
we tasted the wine and we ate it all together. There was maybe like, I don't know, 30 or 40 people
Yeah.
on the Zoom. It was kind of cool. We did it a couple times.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what you're going to see more of, events like that. I know that we're in the process of purchasing smaller bottles of wine so that we can package tastings. So you'll come to Jet, pick up your, flight of wine, and then we'll send you a Zoom link to do a wine tasting that way.
I love that because in this instance, we had to buy 3 bottles of wine, and
Right.
it's not like we're tasting $20 wine. It was not. Right. It was expensive, and that now I'm like, we can't open a 3rd bottle because now we have 3 bottals open.
Right.
Anyway, and now what are we going to drink? 3 bottles in a night, but the 2 of us will be. That sounds like a real big problem the next day.
So that's actually one of the reasons why we haven't started our wine tastings yet, is because we didn't want people to feel like they had to purchase 5 bottles of wine and then they had 5 bottles of wine open within, a couple of days. So we're going to try to portion them out into smaller bottles and do more of a flight, if you will.
Flight.
And again, you want to purchase a bottle, we'll have the bottles available for purchase.
Yeah. Are you a big wine drinker?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What do you like?
So I've been telling everybody this. I've been drinking. We have a sparkling rosé on Jet's bottle list right now. It's actually $20 a bottle. It's probably the best value wine that you will ever get for $20.
I'm writing this down. What is it called?
It's amazing. It's a cuvee. I think it's a I'm totally going to butcher this, and our GM at Jet, Nick, is probably going to murder me for butchering it, but it's the only sparkling rosé we have on the list.
Okay. So sparkling rosé. We can get the info after, Qamara, and post it in the link.
Yep.
And it's $20.
$20.
That is really inexpensive.
It's delicious. It's what has gotten me through this whole thing.
So you've purchased cases then?
I've probably at this point gotten up to a case. I purchase at least 2 bottles a week. So at this point, yeah, I probably purchased over a case. In fact, when I go in later today, I will be picking up more bottles.
More bottles of.
Yeah. I'm also very into Pet Nats, which is a natural wine.
What is it called?
Pet Nat. It's actually, it's a style of wine. It's a natural wine. So it comes in a variety of grapes, a variety of countries. The one we have in the menu right now is from Lebanon. And there's a white and a red, and they're my favorite. They're also amazing. They are slightly more expensive because of the style of wine and how it's made, but it is worth every penny. It's delicious.
So does it not contain sulfites?
Oh, that's a very good question. I don't want to answer that because I don't want to be wrong. But we can find out.
Yeah, I was just wondering because it's a natural wine. A lot of times they contain sulfites. Sometimes people get headaches and everything from wine. Yeah. They have a kind of like a reaction to the sulfites.
Right. Well, I know that because it's natural, I don't think a lot of things have been added to it. I think there are qualifications for what makes it natural. And I think the limited additives is part of the qualifications. This is proof of me needing to do more education as opposed to just drinking. Because I do a lot of the drinking.
That's all good. That's so good. I heard that Lebanese wines, like the way they make it go back like 6,000 years.
Correct. That is actually 100% correct. Yeah, we also carry some Georgian wines on the menu, and that's an original style of making wine as well.
And what is that like?
It is similar to the Lebanese wines, but I mean the Georgian wines I have all been great. And I should say Republic of Georgia wines, not wines from the state of Georgia.
I got you, but I need to know that. They're processed. I've never had those wines.
They're delicious. I recommend coming into Jet and grabbing some.
You have those in stock?
We do.
So can you only buy the bottle or can you get a glass?
You can only do bottles right now.
Okay.
Just bottles. Well, like I said, bottles for that. We do have some canned wine, which are smaller servings, obviously, and we have some boxed wines, which are the larger quantities. And then we have quarts of sangria available as well.
So how's that? The sangria, white,
Oh,
red?
sangria. Yeah, we have white, red, and a rosé, I think. And sangria is there. I mean, this is the perfect time for sangria.
Is it made with fruit or?
Yep.
And it's homemade there?
Yep. We make it. Nick makes it. Our general manager, Nick, makes it.
And you can get white, red, or rosé.
Yep.
And you're buying it by what, like half a gallon or?
I think it's in quarts. I think he puts. Yeah.
In quart. I would think I need a half a gallon.
A couple of servings. I would say it's probably about 3 to 4 servings. It's a decent amount.
And can you just go up and order it right at the window or?
You can order it online. You can call ahead. You can email, or you can order at the window.
Nice. I love that. So do you have any idea of when you think you guys will open and have some tables outside?
I would say a conservative estimate is by the end of the month. I would like to see it sooner than that, but I would say a conservative estimate is by the end of the month.
End of June.
Yeah.
So before the holiday. Yeah.
My birthday is July 3rd. I want everything to be in place by my birthday.
That'd be a good birthday present.
It was last year. We opened the garden on my birthday last year. It was great.
Oh, you did?
We did. It was beautiful. It was awesome. I think that Nick underestimated how much my friends can drink.
Wow. That's so good.
Yeah, it was a good problem. We had a good time. It was a good time.
Now, so. Do you think they will close some streets down in order to accommodate the dining? I know we kind of touched on that a little earlier, but
yeah, I do think the city is going to shut some streets down. I don't know which streets. I don't know what days. I don't know how long, but I do think the city will shut some streets down.
So, in the past, like on the square in Rittenhouse,
yeah,
I really missed this season. All of the arts, they do all these art festivals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm aware. Yeah,
right, and they shut down 18th Street right there, and the restaurants there, all had tables out. I love that. I always thought that was.
Don't hold it to me, but I think there's a good chance of 18th Street being shut down.
Yeah,
but hold me to it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it when they did that. I thought it was great, and I could see like a lot of other streets. Like where you are on South Street, there's a lot of restaurants.
There are a lot of restaurants. I think what's important to remember is that the city does not want to create a street festival atmosphere though, because that doesn't lend itself to social distancing. So I think an important key to remember is that we're talking about putting tables in just parking spaces so that pedestrians will still have room to walk and move.
Yeah.
It's not going to be open container laws, so people are not going to be drinking in the street.
Yeah.
You'll be able to get alcohol at the table and at the chairs, but they're not going to just let people start roaming with open containers like we would a normal street festival.
Right. Well, no, when you did that at on 18th Street, I don't think you were allowed. You weren't allowed to like walk around the square with your drink.
No.
So,
but
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the street festivals in the city. I can't wait for the street festivals in the city to come back. I think they're amazing. I love that each neighborhood puts on their own, and everybody has their weekend. I miss the street festivals. The Italian Market Festival, the Rittenhouse Square Festival, Midtown Village. They're all, Oktoberfest. All of our street festivals are going to be. Hopefully 2021, they'll all be back.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So do you plan to travel?
I am hoping to travel, but I don't know if it's going to be happening anytime soon. I would love to get to the shore, just to the beach. I grew up in Virginia Beach. I am a summer birthday. The beach is like my calming spot. I'm hoping to get to a beach. I don't know. I would also be the kind of person that would be on the beach from like 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and get it in before everyone else shows up and then run away.
Mm. Yeah, I think we're planning to go to the beach. I want to check out some new beaches. Like, you grew up in Virginia Beach?
I did.
What's it like there? Because I want to go. I said to Chip, I said, I want to go there
I
and
love
check
Virginia
it out.
Beach. I
What?
love I love Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach gets an interesting rap because it's a more family oriented beach. But the beach is huge. They packed in sand to it, so it's huge beach. Uh, I think there's fun bars down there. I think there's fun clubs down there. Every bar is about this big, which is like what shore bars are like. Um, but I think it's fun. The food down there is great. I think it's a great atmosphere. I love everything about Virginia Beach. Um, but yeah,
I
I all of Hampton Roads is great. I think it's a quick drive. It's an easy drive. You could be down there in 5 hours and not
Yeah,
realize.
I know. I already looked it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
I've been
take
plotting where.
Route 13 and you're there in a minute. I could do that drive in my sleep.
Yeah, I've been plotting where we're going. I said we have to get out of here for.
Yeah. Well, I just saw a commercial the other day for Virginia Beach too. They're actively recruiting people to come down. I mean, they don't have as many cases. They're fine. My brother actually still lives in Hampton Roads, and he told me yesterday they just got the word that they're required to wear masks.
On
So
the
they
beach.
were wearing masks until today.
They were.
They were not. They were just told today to start wearing masks.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
they must not have any cases down there, or at least not that many.
Mm. So do you have to wear the mask on the beach?
I think so. I think that they've been told, yeah.
That's a good luck.
Well, I'm trying to get down to Charleston. That's where I want to get to, but I'm still a little. There's still too many people on the beach down there, but that's my goal.
Have you been there?
No, I've not. That's one of the reasons why I want to get down there.
I love it there.
Yeah.
I was only there once, and so I definitely. I mean, I want to go back, but I love that Southern charm. Mm.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
was.
Virginia is like right on the border of the Southern charm because it's a lot of military people, so it's a lot of transients. So it's got a little bit of both. It's a little mix of everything.
What brought you up to Philadelphia?
My parents moved to South Jersey when I started college, so I came back from college to South Jersey and then moved into the city.
But you grew up down there, like
Yep.
the whole 18 years before that.
We moved around a little bit, but I grew up in Virginia. I was there probably from the time I was 9 to 17. I went to college at 17, so flew the coop a little early.
Where did you go?
I went to Northwestern.
Oh, nice.
Why I work for Jill because Jill also went to Northwestern.
Ah, did you meet there?
We did not. Jill's just a little older, just a smidge.
Okay.
But we met through the Alum Association.
So that's how you ended up where you are.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Isn't
Yeah.
that the say about the alumni? You connect with a lot of people through your alumni association.
So the running joke is that Northwestern has the Northwestern Mafia where they take care of each other and that Northwestern people hire other Northwestern people. And it's this continuous cycle of only hiring Northwestern people.
I heard that from some other places too that I won't mention, but I heard that happens with some other schools.
Yeah.
It's like hard to break in some places because you didn't go to that college.
Yeah.
Get it.
Well, so Campbell's in Camden is like all Northwestern people. That I can tell you right now. That company is all Northwestern people, and they just keep doing it. It's kind of funny. So do you remember the show Joey that spun off from Friends?
Yes.
There's an episode of Joey solely about the Northwestern Mafia. A whole episode about it.
Huh.
He wears a Northwestern sweatshirt and pretends to be from Northwestern so he can get acting jobs. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah.
See, all these little tidbits. You know. Yeah, we're definitely going to go to Virginia, and I'll have to pick your brain about where we should stay.
Yeah, I love it there.
Yeah, we've never been, and we love to travel Europe. Luckily, we took a big trip at the end of last year, or the holidays. Actually, we were there over Christmas, New Year's, and we were there for like 18 nights. And And I'm so glad we did that trip.
Yeah.
Big trip. It was, we were in Munich, in
Nice.
Salzburg, Austria, Vienna, and Budapest, and then we spent the last 4 nights in Milan. And I'm a very big Europe traveler.
Yeah.
We love it, but I don't think we're going to be going anytime soon. So
Yeah.
we'll probably take a trip up north and go up to Maine at some point this summer,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then south as well, a couple times, just to can't stay home every weekend.
Right. Right. Well, the last vacation we took was in August, and so I'm dying for a vacation.
Oh, you're way overdue, girl.
Yeah, yeah. We were actually, so my boyfriend and I's 10-year anniversary is on Monday. And
Oh, congratulations.
thank you. We were actually going to go, we had a trip to the shore planned for Sunday and Monday, but that has since gone by the wayside. So trying to celebrate a big anniversary in quarantine is not fun.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I'm probably going to cook dinner, the same thing that we've been doing almost every night, cooking dinner. I should give a shout out and props to the seafood delivery from Samuel and Sons, because that's also gotten me through quarantine. If you not ordered seafood from them, I highly recommend it.
Really? They're delivering?
They're delivering. They are 100% delivering. And you can order a la carte. They offer packages and a la carte, and I highly recommend it.
Oh, I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's delicious. Everything we've gotten has been delicious.
Been eating a lot of shrimp, scallop.
Yep. Yep. I have shrimp thawed in the fridge right now to make tomorrow night. Currently defrosting.
Oh, what are you going to make?
I have not decided yet. Maybe it's stir fry. Probably a stir fry. But I will say the cooking is ramped up. I haven't quite gotten into the baking and the bread making, but definitely cooking things that are simple and that I should have been cooking all along, but haven't made. I've learned how to make frittatas and turkey burgers, and made some really good sea bass a couple weeks ago and salmon cakes. And so definitely the cooking. Haven't poisoned myself or my boyfriend yet.
I've been doing a lot of cooking myself for dinner, not during the day. I'm lucky if I get to eat during the day because I'm on the Zoom all day long.
Yeah.
Zooming. So when you're on Zoom, you can't just, I'm sitting in front of a computer. You can't just get up and walk around the house. And
no, absolutely. You're right. I've been trying to support local restaurants by ordering out lunch and then dinner. Because I mean, the only way to circle back to kind of what you asked me earlier, the only way that we're going to survive is if people are ordering or continuing to order. So I've been trying to order from local mom and pop places for lunch.
What are some of your favorite spots?
I've been ordering a lot of sushi from Blue Sushi on 10th Street. They've been good for sushi. Ordering Thai from Rachata in South Philly. Ordering from them. Ordering our pizza only comes from Randazzo's.
On South?
On South. Best pizza in the city. I know there's a fight between everyone is either Randazzo's or was it Lorenzo's or Lazzaro's? Lazzaro's is the other one.
Lazzaro's is on South. I
think Lazzaro's is too sweet.
Yeah, their sauce is sweet. You have to, their pieces of pizza are really big and they're different. I think they're different. Now I don't eat pizza because I'm gluten free.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, but my staff eats pizza, and they get them from all different places. Like they get Santucci, Angelo's, but that has to be picked up, and you got to wait in line for that.
Yeah.
And they get Randazzo's, and I don't remember the other places, but we were always ordering food, and they're like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Well, I'll take a salad."
I hear you on that one.
Because there's nothing gluten free for salad. So anyway, I am excited to come by and get that sangria. and also one of those drinks from Rex 1516. I'm really anxious to hear you guys open soon, obviously safely, of course, and be able to come and spend money.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like that's the only way that we're going to survive is if we continue to get support from guests, and we thank and appreciate, and people have been very kind and generous and have really stepped up their game and supporting us as their local favorite. So we appreciate that, and want to definitely give a heartfelt thanks to everyone that's continued to support us, because that's the only way that people are going to survive. You have to support your local restaurants.
We want to see our local restaurants survive, because honestly, the city won't be the same without them. And the point of living in the city is so that the city's the playground, right? Our houses aren't our playground.
Right.
If we wanted a playground house, we would be in the suburbs somewhere.
Right.
But, I mean, that's an option for people, right?
Right.
But if you're going to live in the city, you want the city services, which are restaurants and bars and festivals and concerts and the arts and theater and dance and everything, and just the energy of the city.
Right.
I think, or that's what I miss the most.
Right.
Is the energy of the city.
Yeah.
And like I had mentioned earlier, we ride the bikes river to river, coming up from our house off of 22nd, and it's a ghost town. It makes me really sad, and I can't wait for things to start to come to life again.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is always this obviously safely, but come to life and see the people and see people's faces and not be afraid of people. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Okay, I'm sorry. No. So it was, I really appreciate you and your restaurants being the solution, and really putting yourselves out there, doing everything that you can to keep your businesses going. And I hope that people that are listening will support them. If you would, Qamara, after this, just drop the links of all the restaurants in the comments.
Absolutely.
Because this will be distributed in other spots. And people will be listening after the fact. We get a lot of views.
Absolutely.
On this. So,
well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm thankful. I am grateful, and I'm very appreciative of you and coming on Be the Solution. And I wish you and Sojourn Philly the best. And please let us know as soon as you do open. I would love to do like an announcement. I can do a live announcement for when that's going to happen and get that out there for you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
You're welcome. I'll see you soon. Have a great weekend and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.